So I guess this rapper Chinx got murdered. Didn't know who he was until this morning. Read the story though, and it just makes me think about what I've been saying for a very long time to no one but myself. But I decided to record it today. I think it's brilliant. I want to applaud the men who maybe 15, 20, probably 20, 25 years ago sat in a room, the powerful music executives, maybe record label owners, who sat in a room and basically, they probably are so brilliant. I think they're so, this is not even sarcastic. I think it is brilliant how they convinced the most ridiculously dumb people in the black community, the dumbest black youth in the black community, that convinced the world to listen to them and emulate them and idolize them. It's like they created genocide, but they don't have to execute it. They get the most. They basically just sit back and say, okay, well, this is what we do. We're gonna market the dumbest. Like, and there was a time when hip hop like gave you an option. Like, you could go to college and have an option. Like, oh, okay, I'll listen to some Tribe Called Quest talking about some girls and this or that, or or Public Enemy didn't necessarily, they might teach you something about your heritage. You know what I'm saying? You had an option. Now all you have is the dumbest. I mean, they're dumb. I mean, I'm sorry that I don't want to hear that bullshit about, well, if he could have, he's got a brilliant mind. He could have been a this or that. If he could have been it, then he should have been it. He's not that smart because he chose that route. And I'm from the same place they're from. And I went through the same shit they did. But I decided after one or two times where I'm close to being in trouble, you know what? Maybe this is not what it's about. But the youth don't have that option. All young black males are either two things. They're not even actors anymore. They're either rappers or athletes. That's it. That's the only ones that can be role models nowadays. You've got maybe two black actors, maybe one comedian at a time that can be famous or have a voice, and that comedian is not, then he definitely doesn't have a voice today. That comedian who I'm talking about, who has a fucking opportunity to say something about something instead of pretending to be the same. Well, I mean, it's not even pretending. He's just acting the way he acts, the same I'm always on persona in every movie. Can you do something different? But whatever. And so the people that have a voice, who could potentially say something about something, say nothing. It's ridiculous. So we got all these entertainers, air quotes, who, under the guise of this is art and this is our freedom of speech, and it is. All of that's true. But the reality is, the fakeness of it is, art, you're allowed to be, if you're an artist, you're allowed to say, they always try and say, well, I'm like Al Pacino in Scarface. Like, he was playing a character. Like, okay, get me a rapper who's articulate off stage, who knows the world in a certain degree at a young age, who doesn't dress the part of a fucking thug, but raps about the streets, then comes off stage in an interview and articulately expresses an opinion and says, I'm just playing a character, and I'm rapping about the streets that that I've seen, it's just a character, and I just really enjoy being this character, just like all the great artists, the Marlon Brandos, the Al Pacinos. I just love being an artist, and I'm gonna grow as an artist. You know, like Al Pacino played Scarface, but then he was an artist who was a blind army person in some movie, or he was a police officer. He played Serpico before he did that. Like, let that happen. No. Black artists need to actually. It's like you need to have lived that, or we don't think you're authentic. We don't appreciate the art. So my point is, it's brilliant. The powers that be that decided that all the marketing dollars will go to promoting the stupidest, most belligerent, ridiculous dummies in our community, extracting all options for black youth to look up to another black youth in music that is saying something in the most popular art form at the time, rap, hip hop, saying something positive, just basically snuff out any options and force us all to listen about smoking weed, popping bottles, and killing each other. And then using the dummies who have nothing. That's fine. I don't blame them. Why wouldn't you? You have nothing. You come from nothing. There's other people who have something and have something to say, a little bit more intelligent, and maybe could uplift the community. But no, why should you worry about that? You started with nothing. Your mom was this or that. You don't know your dad. You were put in an impossible situation. I don't blame them. But you're not the only people in the black community. You don't own the representation of who we are and what the struggle is. Some of us come from similar situations and don't shoot other people. You get it? So don't act like we don't have something to say. But I understand you're not in a position of power. The people that were brilliant because they have inflicted genocide on the community and their hands are clean, at least in the public's eye. We're the dummies telling each other to kill each other and getting paid to kill each other. How stupid is that?